told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.
Hello everyone, Medieval here, and welcome to my Why Are Games Not Fun Anymore series. In this series, I am on a quest to find what games that you all find fun, because everyone has a different definition of what makes a game fun, right? Let me know what your favourites are, either in the comments below or in my Discord, where I have a specific channel just for this. Alternatively, you can catch me live on Twitch. The links are all in the description below. Each week, I plan on playing a new game which will come from all of your suggestions and be decided upon by adding them all to a spin wheel. Whatever the wheel lands on, we will play that following week. So without further ado, let's have a look at what we had this week. Welcome to week 9, everyone. This week we played a game called Alone in the Dark, and this was suggested to us by our good friend Lisa. Alone in the Dark is a survival horror game released all the way back in 1992. This is the game that seemingly set the groundworks for future horror games such as the Resident Evil series, which just so happens to be some of my favourites of all time. So I have high hopes for this one. We played the 2024 version, which isn't a direct remake, but more of a reimagining of the original games. The game starts with Emily Hartwood and Edward Carnby having a conversation in a car. Edward is a private investigator, and Emily has hired him to help track down her missing uncle Jeremy, who she says is possessed by a dark man that watches and follows him at all times. There is an apparent curse on her family that drives all members mad before they grow old. We make our way to Derceto Mansion. The mansion is a mental institution ran by Dr. Gray and his staff. Jeremy checked himself in as a last-ditch attempt to save himself from the Dark Man. Before we enter, we get to choose who we wish to play as, Emily or Edward. We chose Edward using the logic of, he is the one with a gun. You know, just in case, right? No one answers the door, so we have to find our own way inside. And this is where the game becomes more of a puzzle. You have to find clues and objects to fix machinery and stuff that might be blocking your way, and of course keys to certain doors to traverse your way through the manor, unlocking more of the story as you go. There is residents and staff inside that you meet at certain points. The staff all claim to be looking for Jeremy as well, and they don't really like the fact that you are there. The residents, all seemingly insane, are happy to talk to you and tell their stories as well. There is one little girl resident in particular, Grace Saunders. Edward seems to recognise her from somewhere, but can't figure out where. This is a little Easter egg into the second game. The ones that know. You find a medallion that you can use at certain points to enter Jeremy's psyche, his memories if you will, where you can find out more about him and what's going on in his head, and of course look for clues to where he might be. Edward also starts to get some flashes of insanity throughout the game, where the room changes, darkens a little, and is often followed by some creatures looking to attack. Once disposed of, the room changes back to normal. Could Edward be the insane one? Throughout the whole game, I got strong Shutter Island vibes. Do you guys remember the movie? Leonardo DiCaprio plays a detective. He goes to an insane asylum out on a deserted island to track down someone who has went missing. But it turns out he was the patient all along. and it was all designed to bring him back to normality. I won't say if I was right or wrong, you know, no spoilers here, but that's the vibe I got from this. The game captivates you from start to finish. The clues and puzzle solving are all good. There is a few times in the game where I thought, okay, what next? I'm a little lost here. But you do save all clues found, so you can go back and look at them again to see if there was anything that you missed. There is also an objective screen on the pause menu that shows what you're currently trying to do. In terms of the horror aspect, again this one didn't really scare me at any point. It's more about psyche than anything else and can get very confusing at points. The look of the mansion, the surrounding sounds are all creepy and on point though. The story again, although confusing, was well written and I enjoyed uncovering it. Alone in the Dark is going to get a score of 71 on our fun meter. Next week we have Tunic landing on our spin wheel. I hope to see all of you there, and until then, take care.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look